Energy did receive certified mail, so it received actual notice. So the a publication notice is not included with this package. And then Exhibit 5 is the application and proposed notice. I would move the admission of Exhibits 1 through 5 and ask that the matter be taken under advisement.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce. Without objection, Mr. McClure.
Mr. Hearing Examiner, I have a question for the landman.
And who is your landman?
Adriana Salgado.
Thank you. Ms. Salgado?
Adriana, are you on the line?
Mr. Bruce, if she doesn't come on in a few moments, we can come back to this case when she's available. I don't want to delay the proceedings. So, all right, Ms. Salgado, when you have your microphone on and your camera on, we'll take up this case again. So we're going to be in recess on this case. Let's go to Hillcorp Energy. We have two cases, 25437 and 38. Entries of appearance, please.
I can still say good morning. We're not past noon, so.
Barely.
Good morning, Mr. Hearing Examiner, Paula Vance, with the Santa Fe office of Holland and Hart on behalf of the applicant, Hillcorp Energy Company. And in both of these cases, we are seeking an exception for well density purposes. And specifically, it is Rule 2B of the special pool or special rules and regulations of the Basin Dakota Gas Pool. 71599 is the pool code. And I'll go through each of the cases. I would note that our landman is here with us today, Mr. Gatewood Brown, and we do have our geologist. We do have a geologist available should there be any questions. And then our reservoir engineer, I'll note he has not previously appeared. And so we did include his resume if and when there's questions and you would like to go over that with him. So specifically in case number 25437, Hillcorp is the spacing unit involved is a 320 acre, more or less spacing and proration unit. Again, that pool is the Basin Dakota gas pool, and that is comprised of the east half of section 36, township 29 north, range 8 west in San Juan County, New Mexico. And currently the two wells that are producing in that spacing unit are within that pool are the Statecom Q013R well and the Statecom Q013M well. And Hillcorp is seeking to add to that spacing unit the Statecom Q013N well and the Statecom Q013P well. And the exception in this case would be that Hillcorp is seeking to produce 3 wells within the same quarter section of the spacing unit. And then separately in case number 25438, that also involves a 320 acre spacing unit, again in the with the Basin Dakota gas pool, and is comprised of the west half of section 32, township 29 north, range 7 west, and that is in Rio Arriba County, New Mexico. And currently Hillcorp has 3 wells dedicated to that spacing unit in this particular pool, and that would be the San Juan 29-7 unit 032A well, 032E well, and 032N well, and is seeking to add to that spacing unit the San Juan, and seeking to add to that the San Juan 29-7 unit 032P well and the San Juan 29-7 unit 032Q well. Again, and in this case, the exception is having 5 wells. The rule calls for, or the special pool rule calls for 4 wells per spacing unit. So included in our hearing packets is a statement from our landman, Gatewood Brown, along with 2 sub-exhibits, a notice area, and a list of the affected parties that were provided notice. And then for our reservoir engineer, we provided a statement. Again, Mr. Selby has not previously testified. He is a new witness before the division. So we included a copy of his resume. And then the sub-exhibits also include a spacing unit overview and identifies the targeted reserves. Also an original gas in place for the Beza Dakota, a cumulative gas produced for the Beza and Dakota, and then the remaining recoverable gas for the Beza and Dakota, and then a volumetric analysis for each respective case. Lastly is my notice. I have my self-affirmed statement of notice along with a sample copy of the notice that went out on June 20th, 2025. And I will note that our affidavit of notice of publication is 1 day late. It was published on June 25th, 2025, so we are off by 1 day. You know that I will be here on several of the upcoming July dockets, and I would be appreciative if we could if the division would take these cases under advisement, but if we could perfect notice, and I will be available on the July 29th docket to do that.
Okay,
And
thank you.
And unless there are any questions, I would ask that the exhibits and sub-exhibits be admitted into the record and that these cases be taken under advisement at this time.
Okay, without objection, Mr. McClure?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, I have no questions for either of these cases, although I'd like to evaluate the notice period of when public notice needed to have been conducted.
Okay. When you say
Um,
evaluate, what do you mean by evaluate?
Well, July 4th is the only state holiday within the notice period, to my understanding, unless you identified a different one, Ms. Vance.
No, I just use a date calculator on my computer. It's my trusty calculator to make sure that I stay straight. And what I got was today's date. But if the division will accept it, I am perfect. I am happy that we've met the timeline then.
Well, unless I'm miscounting something, it appears to me like notice would have had to have occurred on June 25th,
Let me
which that's
double-
when your public notice was conducted, right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm gonna double check it.
And then written notice needed to have occurred by June 20th was where I had accounted before.
It would be today for the public notice. So if that's the case, then I don't think we have anything to worry about. I would ask that the exhibits and sub-exhibits be admitted into the record and the cases be taken under advisement at this time.
So you said you had no questions, Mr. McClure. I've already admitted the exhibits, Ms. Vance. So can we take these cases under advisement, Mr. McClure?
I think we can, Mr. Hearing Examiner.
Okay, then let's take them under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bruce, did you have your land person back?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Do we have a camera? Yes, we do. Ms. Salgado, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Spell your name, please.
It's Adriana, and my last name is Salgado.
And have you previously been recognized as an expert before this division?
Yes, sir.
In what field?
Petroleum, a landman.
Very good. Mr. McClure?
Thank you, Mr. Hearing Examiner. Ms. Salgado, I'm looking at Exhibit 2-B. This is on page 14 of 23 of the first part of the exhibit packet. Should be a depiction of the tracks, essentially.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you see that orange, I guess, or red outline that's depicting the west half of several sections?
Yes, sir.
is it accurate that the inclusion of the southwest quarter of section 20, maybe, whatever one is right above there, is it correct that that's a typo and that that red box should have not included that furthest
Yes.
quarter section to the north?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
That was
Okay.
my error, Mr. McClure. That was my mistake.
Okay, yeah. Sounds very good. I mean, it looks like a simple typo, but I just wanted to confirm it was a typo. And then also, if I were to ask for this exhibit to be amended, although maybe I guess Mr. Bruce might be the one to ask, but to make sure you understand, Ms. Sagato, if I were to ask for this exhibit packet or this exhibit to be amended to depict the correct proposed unit, do you understand what I'm asking for?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I can draw your attention to the CPAC that's on the page 3 of 23 of part 1 of the exhibit packet.
Yes, sir. Page
Okay,
3?
yeah, page 3 of 23.
Yes, sir.
And you should see like identification of like well 1, well 2, well 3. Do you see what I'm referring to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for well number 2, do you see the first take point? That's the FTP, and then 100 feet from the north line and 130 feet from the west line of section 21.
Yes, sir.
Is it accurate to say that that should actually read 100 feet from the north line and 1,300 feet from the west line?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, and so if I asked you to make that correction, you understand what I'm asking for?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Sagato. I have no further questions for you, but Mr. Bruce, can you please confirm for me when written notice was provided?
Written notice was sent out June 16, 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bruce. And if I recall, let me scroll down. If I recall, this is the one that there was only like a single noticed person. Is that correct?
That is correct. And they did
Okay.
receive actual notice.
Okay, very good. And yeah, the only reason I bring it up is we don't need the notice spreadsheet for this one since there's only quite literally one, and since you verbally confirmed for me when written notice was provided. But if I were to ask for a higher resolution copy of the cross sections found in Exhibit 3-D and Exhibit 3-E, do you understand what I'm asking for, Mr. Bruce?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I have no further questions. But Mr. Hearing Examiner, this would be an additional case where the incorrect email address was included in the written notice.
Okay, and Mr. Bruce understands that. So, Mr. Bruce, do you know what needs to be submitted for this case to be reviewed further?
Yes, a corrected Exhibit 1, a corrected Exhibit 2B, and then a higher resolution Exhibits 3C and 3D as in dog.
Mr. McClure, that sound well what you need?
Maybe I miswrote it in my notes. Which exhibits were the cross sections, Mr. Bruce?
In this case, they're 3C and 3D.
Okay, for some reason I had it listed as D as in dog and E as in Espelon.
Oh,
Whatever E
maybe
is.
no, you are correct. You are correct. 3D and 3E.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Examiner, with that correction, then that does sound correct to me.
Okay. So, Mr. Bruce, will you continue this case to August 7 and then supply those additional documents?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. We're moving on to number 32 on our docket. There are several cases for Spur Energies. It looks like maybe Ms. McLean is going to represent Spur Energy in
Yeah.
all these cases.
That's correct.
If I call them all at the same time, you can divide them up however you like.
Yeah, you know me. I'm good.
I do know. I do know you by now. Yes.
Good with whatever you want.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to call 25446, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 53, and 54. Entry of appearance, please.
Jackie McLean with Hardy and McLean on behalf of Spur Energy Partners.
And do you know if there's any other parties in any of these cases?
There are.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Examiner. Miguel Swaza with Beatty and Wozniak, representing Riley Permian Operating in each of the cases you just called for monitoring purposes only.
And then Jordan Kessler had entered in case numbers 25453 and 25454 on behalf of EOG, and they do not object.
Okay, that's good to hear. And before you begin to present the cases, I will note that we did not receive exhibits in two cases, 25447 and 48. Exhibits were not received by the deadline on the 3rd of July. We did get an amended exhibit packet after that on the 8th or so.
I know we definitely filed them, and then we submitted amended exhibit packets for all of them as well.
Amended, you said?
Yes,
Amended,
amended. And 2545, what is it? 25450, we filed a motion to dismiss yesterday.
So 50.
Correct.
Okay, so that's, I haven't received it yet. Okay, that case is not.
And they issued the order yesterday, I believe, approving the dismissal.
Oh,
Or
they did?
I thought I saw something, or
that's
maybe they just received it for
That's fine.
filing.
My concern is 447 and 448. The technical examiners did not have exhibits to review by the deadline.
I filed them myself, so I know that they were filed, and then we did do amended ones and all. So I don't know if that
Mr.
messed
Hearing?
things up.
Yes, Mr. McClure.
Just a slight correction, rather than 25448,
Oh,
I think you intended to say 25454.
25. Will you say that again, please?
Well, docket number 39,
Yes.
case 25454 is the other one in addition to docket number 33,
I see. So you're
25447.
saying in 34, we did receive a hearing packet on the by the deadline of the 3rd of July.
Well, at least I reviewed the exhibit packet for 25448. Off the top of my head, I don't know when we received it though.
So I'm confused. Which ones are the ones?
Let me look.
Okay.
Hold on. Because I'm looking at our imaging system and that's where the documents should be. So,
Yes.
so give me a minute. I'll look at 3 cases.
25. Did you say 447?
All right. So first I'm going to look at 25454 because I see the examiner note that says exhibit packet was submitted at 8:54 p.m. on July 7, and the technical examiner has not reviewed the case.
25454.
Yes, number 39 on the
Okay.
docket has not been reviewed, so that case will have to be continued to another docket. Now, let me look at the other 2 that I talked about. That's interesting because it looks like, let's go to number 47. Number 33 on our docket, 447, was not reviewed because once again, the hearing packet was not received until the 7th of July at 8:36 p.m. And now when I look at the number 48, which is the one that Mr. McClure is saying that he has reviewed, I see a pre-hearing statement on the 3rd, but I don't see a hearing packet on the 3rd. I see a hearing exhibit packet on the 7th and then the 8th.
So I'm looking at on 25448. It's, I think there might, maybe with the holiday, because if I click on the exhibits, it says received by OCD 7/3/2025.
At 5:20 p.m. Yes. That's why. That's the problem. It was received after we closed on the 3rd and then the 4th. So it was late. It has to be by 5 p.m. 1 week before.
And the other ones must have been just like right after 5.
I don't know.
wonder.
I'm not looking at those. I can review those with you but let's not waste our time today. But Mr. McClure has reviewed number 48. He has not reviewed number 47, and he has not reviewed number 54. So there are 2 cases that have to be moved to another docket.
Is there, I'm going to be here at like all of this.
You
month
are going to
long.
be here.
Yes.
Okay. Will you be here on the 29th? We've already had enough of these for the 15th.
Yes, I'll be here on the 29th. And also during that status conference next week. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
an
we
option.
won't have a technical reviewer at the status conference, but
Then
we
the
can hear them
29th.
on the 29th.
Okay.
We'll hear
that's
them.
fine.
The first things we do will actually be the second and third thing we do on that day. So let me make notes here before.
So that's 25447.
Yes.
25454.
Yes.
And
July.
Mr. Examiner,
Yes.
apologies for interrupting. Matthias Sayer from Broadview Sayer. We entered an appearance this morning on behalf of Longfellow Energy in 25454, but just monitoring.
25454, you entered an appearance. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And that case won't be heard today, as you just heard. It'll be heard on the 29th, the third item on that docket. So, Ms. McLean, would you like to present your cases?
Sure. Okay,
Okay.
let me, so it's 25446.
Yes?
First.
Okay.
And in that case, Spur seeks an order pulling all uncommitted in the San Andreas Formation underlying a 320-acre more or less standard horizontal spacing unit comprised of the south half of Section 27, Township 17 South, Range 27 East in Eddy County, and will dedicate that to the Big Eagle Federal Com 110 and 111H wells. And this is a proximity track spacing unit with the Big Eagle Federal Com 110H serving as the defining well. The testimony and exhibits submitted by Spur for this case and all the cases, so we can just short circuit that. Exhibit A, the land testimony and accompanying exhibits of Colleen Bradley, who has been previously admitted to testify as an expert in petroleum land matters before the division. Exhibit B, geology testimony and exhibits of Matthew Van Wee, who has also been previously admitted to testify by the division as an expert in petroleum geology matters. And then Exhibit C, notice testimony and exhibits, which include a copy of the notice letter. And for all of these Spur cases, those were sent out to the interested parties on June 18th. And then a copy of the affidavit of publication, which shows we timely published as well. And we filed, as you see, we filed the amended exhibit packet for this case on July 7th and all of these cases to remove Riley Permian from being pooled. And with that, I ask that the exhibits be admitted in case number 25446 and that the case be taken under advisement.
Thank you. No objection. Let's go to Mr. McClure. Any questions on this single case 25446?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, I do have a question for Ms. McLean on this case.
Ms. McLean, go right ahead.
Yes.
Ms. McLean, if I can draw your attention to your public notice, page 47 of 47 for this case.
Yes.
It appears that you inadvertently included the incorrect public notice here, and you included one for a different case.
Yes.
Is the correct public notice anywhere else in this exhibit packet?
No, it looks like we attached the one for Black Cherry, it ran on the same day. And I can swap that out for you. However, I believe that this one, let me just, so SCP Permian is Spur, and so everyone received notice. There was only two parties, Riley and Reed and Stevens for this. So public notice was not actually even necessary in this case.
And Ms. McLean, I know there's a numerous people that were noticed for this case. Are you saying that none of them needed to, or with the exception of,
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at I had pulled up the wrong exhibit because I had looked at the one that you said you didn't get the exhibit packet for. Let me go over to 25446 really quick. Hold on, sorry about that. Let me go down to that. Oh, that's okay, it's the same one. Yeah, so that one, hold on 1 minute. Let me get to the correct. I believe that everyone except everyone that needed to receive notice here did receive notice in that chart. But we can also either just, swap out that the public notice exhibit C4 if you'd like me to do that as well.
I mean, I don't know, I guess, what Spur's timetable may be for this application. But if you would like us to consider taking it on advisement, we'll have to go through this line by line on this with your landman, and we'll see if who would need it to receive notice and whether they actually did by a written notice. Diversely, we can go with providing us with the correct public notice.
Yes, would that be just because it ran on the same date? Could we just submit that and the case still be taken under advisement if we do that by the end of day today?
I guess that's at our hearing examiner's discretion.
Mr. McLean, we're we're being more strict, as you can tell by what we'll do that with. Typos are one thing, but when you have to submit something that needs potential review, even just to verify that it's correct, then it will get bumped to another day. I can offer you July 29 for this case.
Yeah, well, I think we're the ones who send out notice for the case. So if Mr. McClure wants to go through the certified mail receipts that we provided as Exhibit C3, we can show that everyone that that's on the list to be pulled has received notice.
How many people are there?
There's not that many. There's one, let me count them up here. There are 25446, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, I believe, that need to be pulled.
Okay, Mr. McClure, if you question the witness on these 4 notices, will that satisfy you and that you would not need a revised exhibit to review at the later date?
I mean, assuming that we can confirm that everyone that needed to receive notice did receive notice. Initially, I'd probably talk to Ms. McLean about the notice spreadsheet here, and then talk to the landman to confirm who's committed and who's not committed, I guess, would be the thought process.
Okay.
Right, so on Exhibit A3, the parties to be pulled are highlighted in yellow. And that's stated too on the exhibit. And then we sent notice to more people than are actually being pulled in this case. So And I'm the one that sent out notice, so I could just confirm that Overton, Salient, Pecos, and those are the only ones at this point that need to be pooled, it looks like, from the spread from Exhibit 830 and Zarvona, or that Salient Zarvona. And those did receive, we do have the return receipts in Exhibit C3 for all of those.
So there's two parties, you're saying?
I think there's three. There's just going, I have to go back and forth between the pages. Overton, Salient, and Pecos.
Okay, Mr. McClure, are you ready to question the landman at this point? Are you uncomfortable doing this?
No. It's not that I'm uncomfortable. It's just there's two different people, and it might be easier to do Miss McLean first. If that's fine. Because
Go right
I'm
ahead.
looking at Miss McLean, I'm looking at your Exhibit C2. That should be your notice spreadsheet. It's on page 38 of 47. Do you see where I'm referring
Correct.
to?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. On Overton Energy Investments VI LLC, your current status that you have wrote over there is refund. What is that meant by that?
That's something that's generated by the U.S. Postal Service, but on Exhibit C3 at page 44 of the PDF, we do have the electronic return receipt. It shows it was delivered to the front desk at Overton on June 26th.
Which page are you looking at?
This is page 44 of the PDFs. Part of Exhibit C3.
Now, this has a different tracking number than what you have in the notice spreadsheet. Was this different notice than what you have included in there, or is there a typo in that notice spreadsheet?
I honestly would need to double check against those, but this is what we get from the website, which shows that, we sent it to Overton Energy Investments, referencing Spur Eagle 25446, and they received it on that date. I don't know why those are different.
Okay, I guess regardless of that, what you have depicted here on page 44, I think you said, that's the correct notice sent to Overton, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And it looks like it was delivered on June 26th. Do you believe this was also sent out on 6/17? Considering that it's a different tracking number?
I'm positive it was sent then, because we include a copy of our letter that we sent to everyone, and it was on June 17th.
Oh, you know what? Looking at your notice spreadsheet, it looks like Ovington was included twice here. I see. So that top one was
So then
refunded,
I think
and then it was sent on a different one. It looks like
we
now I'm
probably
looking at it more.
had, Mr. McClure, sometimes we get multiple addresses for people, just because we're not totally sure, but it looks like that second one is the one that got delivered correctly.
Yeah, my speculation is your first one, maybe it was a wrong address or whatever, or two of them was originally generated, but then you refunded one and provided on the
Right.
other one. Okay, I understand what's going on with that one now then. Let's look down at your SEP Permium Holding Corporation. It says in transit to next facility, arriving late.
We're
Do
not
you
seeking,
also have go ahead?
that's ourselves, and we're not seeking to pool ourselves, but Spur just likes to get copies of the notice that we send out. But that is not, we're not pulling SCP.
Okay, so SEP is Spur.
Yes.
Okay. And clearly Spur is committed to its own unit, I would
Yes.
imagine.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Actually sitting here looking at this, Mr. Hearing Examiner, this has addressed the issue. I don't need to talk to the landman.
Okay.
And we can take it under advisement.
Okay, so 25446 is taken under advisement. We
Thank
did
you.
not have, we are not hearing 25447 today. Ms. McLean, even though the exhibits were filed late in 25448, we're still going to hear that case today. So would you present that case?
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
In case number 25448, Spur seeks an order pulling all uncommitted interest in the San Andreas Formation underlying a 160-acre, more or less, horizontal spacing unit comprised of the south half of Section 26, Township 17 South, Range 28 East in Eddy County, and will dedicate the unit to the Jackhammer State 110H well. We had all the same exhibits A, B, and C submitted for this case. And I asked that the exhibits be admitted into the record in case number 25448 and that the case be taken under advisement.
Without objection, Mr. McClure?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, no questions for case 25448.
Case is taken under advisement.
Thank
Let's
you.
move on now to 25449.
In case number 25449, hold on 1 second. Spur seeks an order pulling all uncommitted interest in the San Andreas Formation underlying a 160-acre, more or less standard horizontal spacing unit comprised of the south half of Section 32, Township 17 South, Range 27 East in Eddy County, and will dedicate that unit to the Red Lake State COM 112H well. We submitted this same exhibits A, B, and C as we did in the other Spur cases, and I asked that the exhibits be admitted into case number 25449 and that the case be taken under advisement.
Thank you. No objections. Mr. McClure?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, no questions for case 25449.
That case is taken under advisement. You dismissed number 50.
Correct.
And I did not actually sign an order dismissing 50. So if you filed a motion, I have not received.
I must have just seen that it went through.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying I have not signed it yet.
Yes, it was just filed yesterday.
Perfect. And then we come to 25451.
Correct. And in this case, Spur seeks an order pulling all uncommitted interest in the San Andreas Formation underlying a 160-acre, more or less, standard horizontal spacing unit comprised of the north half, south half of Section 32, Township 17 South, Range 27 East in Eddy County, and will dedicate the unit to the Red Lake C State COM 111H well. And I asked that the exhibits that we submitted in case number 25451 be admitted into the record.
Without objection, Mr. McClure?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, I have no questions for case 25451.
And it is taken under advisement. Then we come to 25453.
Correct, yes. In that case, Spur seeks an order pulling all uncommitted interest in the San Andreas Formation underlying a 163.14 acre standard horizontal spacing unit comprised of the north half of Section 30, Township 17 South, Range 28 East in Eddy County, and seeks to dedicate the unit to the Staley A State COM 110H. And I ask that the exhibits that we submitted in case number 25453 be taken under be admitted into the record and the case be taken under advisement.
Without objection, Mr. McClure?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, I do have a quick question and also request for both of those for Ms. McLean, though.
Okay, go right ahead.
In 25453, just want to make sure I'm
Yes,
on the
that's the
correct.
case we're on now.
Okay.
Just Ms. McLean, can you confirm for me when written notice was provided for this case?
It should have been June 18th, 2025.
It should have been, or it was?
Well, that's what it says on my, on the cover sheet. In exhibit A or C1 and also on my exhibit index, June 18th, 2025.
Okay, now if you look at the exhibit packet for your notice spreadsheet, which I think is in exhibit C2, it looks like your column 2 has a typo in it. Do you see where I'm referring to?
Column 2.
Yeah, that's where your mailing date is usually included.
Oh, yes, I see that.
Okay, so if I
Oh,
ask
it
for
said
you,
instead of date mailed, it has the names all over again. For some reason, it populated it that way. But yes, the looks like that was somehow, I don't know how that happened. But we did send this on June 18th, 2025.
okay, thank you. And if I ask for you to correct that typo and resubmit it, do you understand what I'm asking for?
Yes.
Okay. Now the bigger issue with this case, we stumbled upon, or this unit has stumbled upon an area that has special pool rules in
Oh,
effect.
no.
So there's 2 separate pools that it needs to be included rather than just the singular one. Do you have a pen and paper handy?
I do. Yes, I can type it out.
Okay, the San Andrews formation, which is what we're asking to, or what the applicant's asking to force pool here. The correct pool for the northeast quarter of section 30 is going to be the Red Lake San Andrews pool. Pool code 97253.
97253.
That is correct. And then the pool that you already have included, that Red Lake, Queen, Grayburg, San Andrews, that is the correct pool for the rest of section 30.
So then 2 C102s showing each pool.
Correct. And then the CPAC corrected as well. And I have that's all I'm needing from you, Ms. McLean. Mr. Hearing Examiner, I have nothing else.
Thank you, Mr. McClure. So, Ms. McLean, would you continue this case to July 29?
Yes, I can do
And
that.
we will review that evidence that you submit in your amended exhibit packet on
Yes.
that day. So we're gonna have 3 cases just from the Spur Energy that go to July 29. And I'm just gonna read the case numbers again, so it's very clear. 25447, 25453, 25454.
Correct.
All right.
And the only one with substantive changes is 25453 with the pool. Correct, Mr. McClure? Just
Yes,
wanted to
because
make
the other 2 haven't been reviewed.
Right,
So I
right.
don't know what changes there may
Okay.
be
Yes, yes.
to those cases. But anyway, Mr. McClure, anything further before we conclude today's hearing?
No, I mean, you just addressed that last case on the docket, the docket number 39, or you did earlier. So yeah, I don't think
did
there's
earlier.
anything else from me, Mr. Hearing Examiner.
No, not at all, unless Mr. Suazo has something. No, he's, okay. I just want to make sure that you're not sitting here for a purpose. All right, thank you, Mr. McClure. Enjoy your lunch.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McLean, Mr. Suazo, and Mr. Baca. It is 12:36. We are off the record.